All about Burundi. Burundi, officially the Republic of Burundi, is a landlocked country in the Great Rift Valley, where the African Great Lakes region and East Africa converge. The president of Burundi currently is Evariste Ndayishimiye, and the currency of Burundi is the Burundian francs. The official languages include Kirundi, French, and English. Burundi is a patchwork of cultures influenced by local and tribal traditions, as well as surrounding East African communities. Arts and crafts such as statues, masks, baskets, and pottery are important hobbies, as well as drumming. The royal drummers of Burundi are one of the most popular ambassadors of heritage. Burundi originated in the 16th century as a small kingdom in the African Great Lakes region. After European contact, it was united with the Kingdom of Rwanda, becoming the colony of Rwanda-Urundi, first colonized by Germany and then by Belgium. Burundi is known as the Heart of Africa because of its shape and location within the continent. Hospitality was once very important in Burundi. In the past, when people went on a journey, they would stop when they were tired or when night fell at any home. Very important facts about Burundi includes Burundi has two capital cities. The government also banned jogging in Burundi. So don't come to Burundi and jog around, you'll most likely be arrested. Burundi is home to the world's longest freshwater lake. Burundi is also home to a notorious man-eating crocodile. Banana beer is big in Burundi. Also, Burundi first won an Olympic medal in 1996. The cuisine of Burundi is similar to most of the cuisine in Eastern Africa. It includes plenty of plantains, maize, cassava, sweet potatoes, and cereals. There is not much protein in the Burundian diet. The Hutu majority do not keep livestock often, so much of the food is made of plant-based sources. Burundi is one of the oldest countries in Africa. It is also one of the few whose modern boundaries remain similar to those of the ancient kingdoms. The country is home to the Twa, Hutu, and Tutsi peoples. A landlocked country and densely populated country in East Africa, Burundi is one of the poorest countries in the world, with more than 70% of the population living in poverty. Food insecurity levels are alarming, with 52% of children under 5 stunted and even higher levels of malnutrition among rural communities. The major ethnic groups are Hutu, which makes up for about 84% of the population, then Tutsi, 14%, and Twa, about 1%. Burundi's culture is based on local traditions and the influence of neighboring countries. The culture of Burundi includes mainly songs, dances, stories, and legends. Poetry is sometimes recited during social gatherings. The Burundi clothing mainly consists of pines. In other words, wraparounds, which are the convenient outfits of the Burundians. In the rural parts of Burundi, young girls, women, and aged men generally wear this type of clothing. There is a common kind of two-piece cloth, usually worn by the Burundian herders, a cord around their waist. The vast majority of Burundi's population is Hutu, traditionally a farming people. Pa, however, has long rested with the Tutsi minority, which historically has controlled the army and most of the economy, particularly the lucrative international export of coffee. Agriculture accounts for over 40% of GDP and employs more than 90% of the population. Burundi's primary exports are coffee and tea, which account for more than half of foreign exchange earnings. The religions of Burundi are Christianity, which makes up 67% of the population, including Roman Catholic, Protestants. They also have the indigenous beliefs, which makes up about 32% of the population and about 1% of Muslims. Although the Burundi constitution guarantees religious freedom, several churches have been banned. Ecotourism is one of the major areas of tourism in Burundi. Kibira National Park, Rurubu River, and Lake Tanganyika are considered major natural habitats for wildlife. There are also numerous wildfowl lakes, such as the Wihinda Lake Natural Reserve. Education in Burundi is compulsory for 6 years, meaning that every child is supposed to complete their primary education. Unfortunately, 500,000 children never enter school at all. Of those who do, just 36% complete this phase. The genders are, however, fairly evenly represented. The terrain of Burundi is hilly and mountainous, dropping to a plateau in the east. The southern and eastern plains have been categorized by the World Wide Fund for Nature as part of the Central Zambesian Miombo Woodlands ecoregion. Burundi's largest industry is agriculture, which accounted for just over 30% of the GDP. Subsistence agriculture accounts for 90% of agriculture. The nation's largest source of revenue is coffee, which makes up 93% of Burundi's exports.